6th and 7th grade students. My name is Ms. Turner, and I am here to remind you of the Spark expectations. The S, show respect. The P, praise each other. A, act safely and responsibly. R, rise to the task. And K, kindness always. Ms. Kerrigan has some very important information to share with you. Please demonstrate the Spark expectations as she gives you a wealth of information. Please listen closely. Have a great day.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction, Ms. Turner. Hi, everybody. I'm Mrs. Kerrigan. I'm your other dean, and I am here to talk about some Spark expectations for the second semester. So as Ms. Turner talked about, we have our Spark expectations: showing respect, praising each other, acting safely and responsibly, rising to the task, and kindness always. And our goal as a staff in the second semester is really to catch you doing these things across campus so we can hand out those Spark bucks and some other exciting things that we have that are coming up that I'll share about in a few minutes. So we looked at some discipline data from the first semester, and sixth graders, our top offenses for referrals were having unsafe acts, inappropriate acts, or having some aggression. So these are some things that we really want to work on in the second semester to make sure that we are doing our best to avoid these situations. Seventh grade, electronic device misuse, unsafe acts, and inappropriate acts. So we want to work hard to make sure that we are following our cell phone safety laws and that we are staying safe in and out of the classroom. So going through our Spark expectations, that S, we all know, means show respect. You can show respect a lot of different ways, but one of the biggest ways is keeping your hands and feet to yourself. There are a lot of us who like to horseplay and who have their hands and feet on other people. You need to make sure that you are keeping your hands and feet to yourself so that you are showing respect at all times. Behaving appropriately in the classroom, in the hallways, at lunch, that's a great way to show respect. Using manners is another wonderful way to do that as well. Praising each other is our P for Spark. Using appropriate language, using appropriate words and gestures, and celebrating success. We want to make sure that people are feeling positive on campus, and we want people to want to come to school. A is acting safely and responsibly, making good choices, and using words, not confrontation. We want to use our words to express how we're feeling, using those I statements and making sure that others know how we feel, not using our actions. R is rising to the task. We want to show up to class prepared. We want to be in class and on time. There will be a lot of teachers marking everybody tardy. So making sure that you are in class on time, making sure that you are there on time coming back from lunch, making sure that you are arriving to the cafeteria on time. If you're wandering campus, you are not where you're supposed to be. And also rising to the task is following the teacher's directions. You don't have to like what the teacher is asking you to do, but you need to do it because that's what the teacher is asking you to do. Kindness always, using good manners, speaking kindly, and having pride in your school. There are a lot of you who do this on a daily basis, and we see it. This is probably what I give the most Spark Bucks out for. We see a lot of students around campus using good manners, doing things just because it's the right thing to do. And so that makes us really proud. So making sure that you are using your kindest attitudes and kindest words at all times. Just a quick review of the cell phone procedures. Remember, red signs mean no cell phones allowed, and they are in your backpacks and they are on silent or they are off. If you have a yellow sign, it means with teacher permission for instructional purposes only, you may use your cell phone. That does not mean you are listening to music while you are working. That does not mean that you are texting your mom because you need to ask her a question. That means you're using it for something instructional. Green signs mean you can go ahead and use them. So in the cafeteria, you are good to go at lunchtime. Bathrooms and hallways are always red signs. They are always red zones. So you need to make sure that your cell phones are not out during passing time, during transitions, and when you use the restroom. Those are times that it is always red. Witness statements. These are used for major issues. Some of the witness statements we get are not for major issues, but make sure that if something happens on campus, you are letting us know by coming down to the guidance office and writing a witness statement. You can get guidance from a teacher or staff member first and make sure that you have permission to come down and fill out a witness statement. Do not come at the start of class without permission from your teacher. Make sure that your teacher knows where you are. We are located, Ms. Turner and I, in the buildings, so you can ask for one of us. Ms. Turner is letters A through L, and she is in building 6, and I work with students M through Z, and I am in building 7. You also can see both of us at any of the lunches. You can take your forms with you and fill them out later and then return them to Ms. Rory or to one of us, and she will make sure that we get them. We also have blue mailboxes outside of our offices if you want to make sure that you can drop them in there. You will not be allowed out of class to complete a witness statement, though. You need to find a good time to do that. Lunch procedures. Some of us are really pushing some limits at lunch, so we wanted to include some things in here to make sure that we are all on the same page with the cafeteria. You need to be at lunch when the bell rings, and if you come late to lunch, you need to have a pass. You can receive tardies for lunch, and there are a lot of you who've been coming in up to 5 to 10 minutes late to lunch. If you are not in lunch when the bell rings, that means you're somewhere on campus that you should not be. So you need to make sure that you are coming to lunch on time. Leave your backpacks in class if you are coming to be lunch. There is no reason for your backpacks to be in the cafeteria. Whatever area you pick to sit, you make sure you stay there the whole time. You're not table hopping or wandering around the cafeteria. During lunchtime, you're not traveling to other teachers' classrooms unless they give you a pass because they want you to come there. You are there in the cafeteria to do what you need to do, which is eat your lunch. Stay seated and raise your hand and get permission to get up. That includes going to the bathroom if you forgot something in the lunch line, things like that. Try to make all your purchases in one trip. If you know you want to get ice cream, get one of those ice cream coins, and then try to get all of your materials that you need, like forks and spoons and condiments, all at the same time before you sit down. One of the biggest things is waiting until you're dismissed before getting up. Many of you think that as soon as dismissal starts, you can just get up from whatever table you're at. You need to wait until we call your table so that you are not in the way of other tables that are dismissing. And finally, cleaning up all your trash in your area. A lot of you are leaving things behind, and we have a few kiddos who have been hanging out and cleaning up other people's trash. It's not really fair to them, and it's not fair to our custodians. Part of Spark is making sure that you are taking care of your responsibilities. And so you need to make sure that you are cleaning up the trash that you leave behind. So taking accountability for your trash and making sure that it gets to the garbage can. Just a reminder that if you are in the hallway, you should have a Minga pass. So if you are not signing out on Minga, you need to be. So ask your teacher what the protocol is in their classroom to make sure that you sign out on Minga. You need to ask permission to use the bathroom or to get a drink. You need to get approval from that teacher. That teacher needs to be able to give you permission. Create a pass using whatever method that teacher has in their classroom, and then use the pass. When you use a pass for Minga, it is not to go socialize in the bathroom. It is to actually go use the bathroom. And so, yes, you have 3 minutes, but those 3 minutes are to use the bathroom and come back. So we have been seeing a lot of people congregating in the bathroom and having meetups. We are cracking down on that and making sure that that is not the case. If you are signed out on Minga, you are to use the bathroom and return back to class without loitering. Hallway expectations. 10-10 freeze is still in effect. There are no passes allowed in the first 10 or last 10 minutes of a class. Restrooms, like I said, you must report directly to the restroom designated for your building floor. You're not in the building that you don't belong in, and you're not in a floor that you don't belong in. The restroom's not an area to hang out or eat lunch. Some people are skipping class and hanging out in the bathrooms too. That's not okay. After washing your hands, go right back to your classroom or your assigned location. And if you're in the hallway without a Minga pass, you're going to be sent back to the classroom to make sure that you get a Minga pass. So the hierarchy of consequences, we talked about this earlier in the year. This is for in the classroom. You're going to be given a verbal warning. The teacher's going to take time and reteach the classroom rule. At this point in the year, we know that you know the classroom rule. So it might be a quick verbal warning and a reminder to you. The teacher will then have a private moment with you if the behavior continues and say, hey, listen, let's get it together. We need to get the behavior under control. Parents might be contacted next. The next step is a parent contact. And when you get to that step, you're getting very close to a discipline referral. You're getting very close to having Ms. Mercedes or Mr. Burgess or Ms. Turner or myself be called to support your behavior. And when it gets to that point, that means the behavior is not appropriate. And so you need to get your behavior under control. After a parent contact, building support will be called. And like I said, that's one of the 4 of us. And then finally, a discipline referral will be written. We obviously will skip many of those steps if there is a bigger infraction, if there's something physical, if there's something more intense than just classroom behaviors. But making sure that we follow this, it helps us stay fair and helps us stay consistent with behavior and consequences across the building. So here's something that we're really excited about. So one of the things that we want to do this semester is we want to really recognize the amazing positive spark behavior that we're seeing, because we're seeing it every single day. And so when your teacher or when a staff member sees you exhibiting super duper spark behavior, you have the opportunity to receive what we're calling a positive behavior recognition form. And this positive behavior recognition form is going to look just like what you see here on the screen. And this form is going to have 3 copies. So the white copy goes home to your parent, and the teacher is going to write on it what they saw you doing, what spark behavior they saw that they were really proud of. And that white copy will go home to your family. Then there's going to be 2 more copies. One of the copies will be sent to your dean so that your dean can make a positive phone call home to your family. Because one of the things we really want to do is make those positive phone calls home so that you can feel good about it. Ms. Turner and I were talking too. If you would prefer, instead of us calling your family, if you'd prefer us calling one of your coaches, or, if you're in a club or you have a dance teacher or somebody, if you'd prefer us to call that person, we'd be happy to call that person, because we know sometimes those coaches really look for that positive feedback too. So we are happy to call whoever you would like us to call to tell them about your great spark behavior. And then the 3rd copy is going into a drawing, and we're going to draw for an Indian Trails Middle School Student of the Week. And so each week we're going to have 3 students of the week, and the teachers who wrote the positive recognition forms for those students will also be recognized as well. The really cool thing that I'm the most excited about with these forms is that if you get one of these positive recognition forms, you are automatically entered. You get an automatic entry into Club Spark. Our Club Spark, you might have started to kind of see parts of it if you use the restroom in the cafeteria. That back room back there is going to be super cool. It is our Club Spark room. And it is going to be finished in February, and we are going to have our first visits to it that first week of February. And to get entry into our Club Spark room, you have to have a positive recognition form. And so we are looking for students who are going above and beyond with their spark behavior, and kids who are consistently making the right choices. And so if you get one of these forms, you will automatically get an entry into Club Spark. So we are really, really excited about that. So again, this slide just shows all the things that you will get if you get a positive recognition form. And finally, so to finish up, this is our Club Spark on Wheels. Club Spark on Wheels was in the cafeteria yesterday, but it is going to be there twice a month, the 1st and 3rd Thursday. So we should have one more in January. Spinning the wheel will be twice a month, the 2nd and 4th Thursdays. And then the Club Spark grand opening is February 6th, and that will be open every Tuesday and Thursday. So we are hoping to have lots of those positive behavior recognition forms so we can get lots of you into that Club Spark to celebrate all the wonderful things that you're doing here around campus. If you haven't noticed, we are on the lookout for great spark behavior. We like positive behavior much, much more than we like those referrals. So keep showing that spark behavior, keep doing what you are doing, and keep making us proud. We are super proud of you, Trailblazers. At the end of this, there is a QR code that your teacher is going to put up on the screen for you to take do a little Google form. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Bye, everybody.